Have you ever caught yourself opening an AI tool for literally everything? Not just for big things like writing an essay or solving a tricky problem. I mean the small stuff. What to text someone, what to cook, how to phrase an apology, even what you should be thinking about a situation. It starts innocently, right? You tell yourself, I'm just saving time, or I just want a second opinion. But then one day you notice something strange. Your first instinct isn't to think anymore, it's to ask. And that's where it gets interesting. Because the psychology of people who use AI for everything isn't just about laziness, or intelligence, or convenience. It's about something much deeper. It's about how your brain handles uncertainty, effort, and control. So let me show you what's really going on here. Imagine this. You're sitting there, staring at your phone, trying to reply to a message. It's not even that important, but you hesitate. What if it sounds weird? What if it's misunderstood? So you open AI and ask, what should I say? And boom, instant clarity. Clean, confident words. No awkwardness, no second guessing. That feeling right there, that relief is the key. Your brain loves that. Because your brain is not designed to be right. It's designed to avoid discomfort. And thinking, real thinking, is uncomfortable. It takes effort. It takes energy. It forces you to sit in uncertainty, to not know, to risk being wrong. So when something comes along that removes all of that friction, your brain goes, yes, more of this. There's actually a concept in psychology called cognitive ease. It basically means your brain prefers things that feel easy, smooth, and effortless. And AI? It's like cognitive ease on demand. No friction, no struggle, just answers. And at first, that feels like power. But here's the twist. The more you outsource your thinking, the less confident you become in your own. Not because you're getting worse, but because you're practicing something else instead. You're practicing dependence. Think about it like a muscle. If every time you need to lift something, someone else does it for you, your muscles don't just stay the same. They weaken. Your thinking works the same way. Every time you choose not to struggle through a thought, not to wrestle with a problem, not to sit with uncertainty, you're training your brain to say, I don't do that anymore. And slowly, almost invisibly, you stop trusting yourself. You start feeling like you need AI to think clearly, like your own thoughts aren't good enough unless they've been checked. And if you recognize yourself in this, it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do. It's optimizing. But optimization comes with a trade-off. Let's go a little deeper. There's this fascinating idea in neuroscience called cognitive offloading. It's what happens when you rely on external tools to handle mental tasks, like using a calculator instead of doing math in your head, or using GPS instead of remembering directions. And guess what? Humans have been doing this forever. Writing itself was once considered dangerous because people thought it would weaken memory. And in a way, they were right. But here's the difference. Most tools replace one specific task. AI replaces thinking itself, and that's new. Because when you ask AI what to write, what to say, what to think, you're not just offloading memory or calculation. You're offloading judgment, creativity, decision-making, the very things that shape your identity. And identity is built through effort, through trial and error, through awkward conversations, through saying the wrong thing and learning from it, through thinking something through and being wrong and adjusting. That process is messy, but it's also how you become you. So when AI removes the mess, it also removes part of the growth. But here's where it gets really interesting, because not everyone uses AI the same way. Some people use it like a calculator, a tool. Others use it like a crutch. And the difference comes down to something called tolerance for uncertainty. Some people are okay not knowing. They can sit with confusion. They can explore. Others feel a strong need for closure. They want answers quickly. They want clarity now. And AI feeds that need perfectly. Instant certainty, instant direction, no waiting, no ambiguity. So if you find yourself using AI for everything, it might not be about the technology at all. It might be about how your brain handles not knowing. Let me give you another everyday example. You're trying to decide something simple, like what career path to take, or whether to move somewhere new. These are big, complex decisions. There's no clear answer. So you ask AI, and it gives you a beautifully structured response. Pros and cons, logical reasoning, even emotional insight. And it feels reassuring. But here's the hidden danger. Clarity is not the same as truth. Just because something sounds well-structured doesn't mean it's right for you. Because AI doesn't have your lived experience, your gut feeling, your subtle emotional cues. It can simulate understanding, but it doesn't feel your life. And your brain knows that deep down. Which is why, even after getting an answer, you sometimes still feel unsure. That's not a flaw. That's your intuition trying to stay in the conversation. And this is where we shift the perspective. Because using AI for everything isn't inherently bad. In fact, it can be incredibly powerful. It can expand your thinking, give you perspectives you wouldn't have considered, help you learn faster. But the key question is this. Are you using AI to replace your thinking or to enhance it? Because those are two completely different psychological paths. One leads to dependence. The other leads to growth. When you use AI as a replacement, you skip the struggle, you skip the thinking, you go straight to the answer. But when you use it as an enhancement, something else happens. You think first, you try, you explore, you form your own messy, imperfect idea, and then you bring AI in, not to replace your thinking, but to challenge it, refine it, expand it. That's where the magic is, because now you're not losing your voice, you're sharpening it. There's actually research showing that effortful thinking creates stronger neural connections. The more you struggle with a concept, the more deeply it sticks. So that moment when you're confused, when you're stuck, when you don't know what to say, that's not a problem. That's the moment your brain is growing. And if you skip it every time, you skip the growth. But let's be honest, sometimes you don't want growth. Sometimes you just want relief. And that's human too. We all get tired. We all get overwhelmed. We all want things to be easier. So this isn't about judging yourself for using AI. It's about becoming aware of how you're using it. Are you asking because you're curious or because you're avoiding thinking? Are you using it to explore or to escape uncertainty? Are you still trusting your own thoughts, or are you slowly replacing them? Those questions matter more than the technology itself, because at the end of the day, this isn't a story about AI. It's a story about your relationship with your own mind. And the good news? That relationship is still yours to shape. You can still choose to pause before asking, to sit with a thought a little longer, to try, even if it's messy. And then, bring AI in as a partner, not a replacement. Because your brain doesn't need to compete with AI. It just needs to stay involved. So next time you feel the urge to ask AI something, try this. Wait, just for a moment. Ask yourself first. See what comes up. It might not be perfect, it might feel uncertain, but it will be yours. And that's something no tool can replicate. And if this made you think a little differently about how you use AI, I'd love to hear your experience. Do you feel like it's helping you grow or making you rely on it more? Let me know. And if you're curious about how your mind works in a world that's changing this fast, stick around, because we're just getting started.